Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. It's another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we've got a champion guide for you. We have got the one, the only, the epic that cannot be named, but I'm going to name him Rockbreaker. Rockbreaker. He has featured in a number of my epic videos for Arena. Now I'm going to show what you can do outside of the arena as well. This is a really fun champion. Really fun, very, very unique kit. It can be built lots of different ways. I've got him built as an absolute tank fest. Somebody that is going to protect your team. Somebody that is going to get in the mix and do some damage as well. So let's just go over his skills quick then. So this is part of his unique setup. So he's got an A1, which when it attacks an enemy, it starts to stack his defense even higher. What does that mean? Well, all of his damage is based on defense. So every time he goes out and does an A1, he will do more damage until he stacks up 20% more defense. So on an average Rockbreaker, let's say you've got 3,000 defense. By the time you build this up, he's going to gain another 20%. So about another 600 defense, cracking on with the damage. I've got mine booked up. I absolutely love this champion. He's got an A2 then, which is on a 3-turn cooldown when it's booked. When you book it, 100% chance of placing provoke on all enemies, but just for 1 turn. Also puts a counter attack on him. So what does that mean? All of the damage is focused in on one place. That one place is a super tank, and that one place is going to retaliate. And every time he retaliates, he's going to hit harder and harder and harder. So if those two things weren't good enough, he then brings us a passive, which is super cool. So again, when booked up, 50% chance to reduce damage by 50% each time he gets attacked. It's huge. Like, that's a huge damage reduction. Half of the damage coming in is going to be completely wiped off the board half of the time. So super cool passive. Makes him so viable for lots of areas of the game. He's also got an aura, which is arena based. I prefer him in the arena, but he can be used outside the arena. He is, I mean, it's one of the highest arena defense percentages you're going to find. Let me see if we've got some more that I've got on my team. This is an all battles one, 33% for a legendary. So he's kind of stacking up there with some of the big boy legendary ones. I don't know if I got another one which is purely for arena, but this is one of the biggest in the game, and he's kind of stacking up there towards that for the arena. So how have I got mine built then? Mine is built as a kind of I guess off nuke support champ. Don't know if that makes any sense. I've run crit damage, chance to gain more speed when he kills people, first hit do more damage when he gets that retaliation A1, chance to reduce the cooldown of his provoke skill here. When he kills people, he gets more damage, and then Helm Smasher comes in, cracks people in the face, ignoring their defense. Really cool ability on him. We've then gone for accuracy tree. We've got the ability here to gain some turn meter if the provokes drop off, or when they drop off even. I've got Evil Eye, massively important for him, especially for the arena. We've got Laura Steel then, so we gain 15% improvement from base stats. We've got increased speed for dead allies. This is really so I could get to this one. Lasting gifts, because because I want to try and extend. I was just thinking there, why am I doing lasting gifts? It's because I want to try and extend his counterattack for an extra turn. I'm just wondering in my head, is that the right thing to do? Or should I be trying to extend the... Oh, I can't extend provokes. Okay, cool. Yeah, I get it. So I've gone here because I want to try and extend the duration of his counterattack. So that is his mastery setup. How would I rate him then? So I think anything arena, he is literally top draw. Awesome champion. Campaign, he could do campaign. It's not going to be his spot. I'm going to try him in Nightmare campaign as a double act to see if he can help get somebody like a Tyrell through a campaign. You'd probably need lifesteal gear on him though to really do that effectively. Spiders. Now, spiders is an interesting one. When you get further through the spiders content, you actually do need like a hyper tank to be able to suck damage into him. So he could do Spiders 20 as your damage draw. You'd need him in lifesteal gear for that, ideally. You probably need to put him in War Master as well. He's not ideal for it, but he's not terrible for it. So, you know, if you've got somebody like, if you've got a team running like a HP burn team, and you need somebody to just draw attention from your other champions whilst they're doing their work, he could do it. You'll need healers for him. You know, 50% of the time he's going to take half damage from those spiderling hits. If you put a bit of resistance on him as well, then potentially he's going to avoid the poisons. So he's actually not a bad spiderling tank. So I think he could be a 4 for that. Minnows he's going to kind of cruise through with any teams. Clan Boss is not his place. He doesn't bring any debuffs that you need in the Clan Boss. So I'd say probably a 2. Force Keep, decent for the wave control. Ice Golem's peak. I mean, he's going to provoke the 2 adds, which is useful. He's going to provoke the second wave, which is very good. So I think he's a 4 there. Dragon's Lair, I think he's going to be your carry. If you need him to be a carry, a 4 there. Any of the keeps, he can be a 4 across the board. Fire Knights, he does bring his own counter-attack. He's only single target hits though, so probably a 3. Again, if you need someone to like manipulate the wave, maybe he's a 4. You can get him through the waves with this guy. He's not going to do the real work to the boss though. Magic Keep, again, fine. He can deal with that. Faction Wars, he's insanely good. Insanely good. Throwing out those provokes, taking the damage. Absolutely beast mode on Faction Wars. So that's just his kind of setup then. Let's get into some content. I think we'll show him in the campaign. It's not going to be his spot really, but let's see what he can do. As always, or quite often, this is literally the first time I've ever used him in a campaign fight, apart from when he was getting leveled and he was food at that point. So let's see what he does. Throws his counter-attack out, puts it on for 3 turns for fun. And then what he's going to do is just going to take the hit, counter-attack, take the hit, counter-attack. If you want him to be your farmer, and you probably don't, let's be honest here. If you want him to be your farmer, you need his crit rate up to 100%. You see these crits, when he crits, people sit down. People literally sit down in front of him, gets provoked back for the next wave. He's coming in for a 37k slam. He hits hard, yeah? He can hit really hard. Every time they hit him, coming back out, 30ks. See you later, wave 2. So can he do it? Yes, but you kind of just need to push his crit rate up. So I don't have mine built for this at all. And he's going to have absolutely no problem getting himself through 12-3, but it's going to take him a good minute, maybe a little bit more. It would be much quicker if I had him in 100% crit rate. Probably would half the time of it. Probably would be around a 35-second farmer, which isn't actually that bad. 20k silver, we'll take it. So let's get him into some dungeon content then. So this is where he can be pretty effective for you. I think we'll start with dragons. Dragons, so he is, he's off affinity for dragons, which means that he can suck in the damage. Yeah, so the damage is going to go here. He's going to provoke people up. We've got decreased defense here. I'm just going to bring someone in to be able to heal him, so that we do have a chance of doing this. Maybe we just bring the apothecary in for some speed and some heals. Where are you, my friend? Show yourself. Yeah, so we've got healing here and some speed. Got some gear on. So we're going to provoke up here. We're going to decrease defense here. Damage there. Damage here. He's a negative affinity. So he's going to just basically command the room. He's going to let everybody come and focus him. That way they're not focusing your squishy champions like your Frozen Banshees or your Kales. You don't want those guys going down. So you've got this guy going out there, giving people a bit of a slam. There's going to be a lot of weak hits here. The other thing, I've got mine in Frost gear. It's a really good idea. Another good one would be something like Stun gear. Anything which, when he does his counter-attack, forces them to have a chance to be CC'd. Look at this, a frozen 3 of them. Absolutely broken. Frozen 3 of them. What are they going to do? Not a lot, basically. They've come in for 1 hit. They barely scratched him anyway. And he is tanking up all of that damage. So you see here, we're going to have absolutely no problems at all getting through wave 1. With really, there's no damage in this team right now. You know, I've got a Kale hitting like a wet noodle. I've got a Frozen Banshee is all about her poisons. So that we've got no damage in the team here at all. But we're still doing a decent level of damage. So we should get a provoke up nice and early again. Oh, maybe we've got one more turn actually. Let's get some speed going. Apothecary, give us a chance. I've got Stun Deer on the War Maiden as well, because last thing we need is for her to go down. She can just kind of help us control the waves a bit more. They're all focusing him anyway. See that? Strong there. He's just like, yeah, whatever, fella. Is that all you've got? He can deal with it. 2 big hits from 2 Hoardings, yeah. Hoardings would normally be absolutely one shot in your champs. Like 100% of the time, they wreck teams. So for him to just kind of front them up and say, is that all you've got, mate? What, a 2k hit? Can you do any more? You know, that is literally insane. So I'm going to cut here. The dragon fight is going to be nothing special. It's basically just going to be Kale and Frozen Banshee finishing off the dragon. But you can see how valuable he can be in this wave fight. Let's get into another dungeon. Okay, so we finished it. 3 minutes 24. No slouch of a time. He's not done tons of damage. We don't expect him to. He has negative affinity here. We get ourselves a pretty cool pair of gloves. We'll take them. So that is him carrying in dragons. Not carrying with damage, carrying your team. So let's take him into Spiders 20 then. So Spiders 20, he's the green affinity here. Let's take the crazy team out. So green affinity, what does that mean? Basically means that the Spiderlings are going to focus anybody that is red as your off tank. If you don't want to go with an off tank that's going to take tons of damage, then you could actually go with a green off tank like this fella and have your the rest of your team basically blue affinity, yeah? So we've got him here. We're going to go with Miscreated Monster for some shieldage, who's going to be part of the kind of survival part of this team. And then we've got a tank. So we've got a Spiderling tank, we've got a healer, we've got a shielder. That's the 3 kind of pillars of support that we need. We're then going to need some people that are actually going to lay this spider down. So I'm probably going to need somebody for turn meter, who's going to be my arming gut. I just want to check some stats here quickly and make sure I'm not setting myself up to fail. 31k HP, 3k defense, 31k HP. Really important to check that stat. 36k here. So as it stands, that armor is going to get targeted, which is not how I want it to go. Let's see if I can just switch it up a little bit. Quite quickly, can I? I could swap this on for HP and try and flip the balance. Can I? Yes, yes, yes. The rest of it works. Let's do that. Storage is full. Oh, yes. Let's sell some of this junk. Let's try again. Right. Where were we? Where were we? This one. Okay, so we've now pumped up the HP to 38k. He should no longer be the target. It should be old Mr. Rockbreaker. So we've got turn meter. We've got big shieldage. We've got a bit of nukage potential here. Speed and all that kind of stuff. And then we need somebody that's going to actually lay in some damage. I mean, we've got an obvious choice in a Cold Heart. Cold Heart could still be the focus. Void and Green will be a kind of similar threat rate in this encounter. So we could go with a Cold Heart. Again, we just need to make sure that she's got a higher HP pool than our buddy there, Mr. Rockbreaker, which probably hasn't in my setups. No, so she's going to be no good to us. I'd rather go with a blue champ. I guess I could just go in with a Royal Guard, but I'm just worried then that I don't have enough damage. We'll try it. Royal Guard. Okay, so we've got 3 blues, we've got 2 greens. He should be the focus. Healing here, shieldage here, turn meter control here, nukage here. Let's see what happens. Let's go. So we speed up, we get a big old fat shield, turn meter control, provokes coming into Mr. Green Pants, and then we're getting some nukage going on from the Royal Guard. We're going to counter attack each time those spiders come at us. I could push his resistance up higher, but his resistance is actually already pretty good. So I'd imagine he's going to see that drop turn meter there. That's his A1. You also see his passive kicking in now and then. You see his passive kick in where he takes less damage. It'll pop up like a yellow box. They're actually focusing on the armor guard, which is a bit annoying. But that even the provoke, sharing that damage is pretty useful. See that Ironhide proc? That's basically where his passive's kicking in and he's taking half the damage he should normally take. That means miscreated monsters taking half of the shared damage. There goes the provoke again. And this is going to be an absolute guarantee team. I know what you're all thinking. The only reason you're doing this is because of miscreated monster. If I'm honest, you're right. I am. You could bring in somebody like a Zelatar, I don't have one built, who could do the same job but not as well. You could also bring in someone like a Steel Skull to up the defense rate. You can also bring in someone like a Morsian Mage. But if you do those things, you just need to make sure that you're still focusing the Spiderlings in the right place. So important for this setup to have the Spiderlings going where you want them to go. At the moment, my two here are sharing it because of buffs, not because of where I've made them go. It's because of buffs. As soon as the buffs start to come into play, like shields, counterattacks, Spiderlings actually have got a bit of a brain that says, don't focus that guy because of the buffs that he's got on him. So we're dropping turn meter a bit. We're not actually fast enough to keep that turn meter down, but we will still do a good chunk of damage to this setup before the first reset. We're in absolutely no danger. You can see that. This is a home run of an attempt. They will get one reset off though. We're going to get another shield from the big fat miscreated monster in a second. Slams a big shield on. Takes out a load of the Spiderlings as well. I mean, if we get another Royal Guard slam here, maybe it's a one-shot. It's close. It's going to be close as to whether we get it or not. No, we need another turn. But as you can see, we've got no threat to us whatsoever here. No threat at all. Because we've got the Spiderlings focused on somebody that just doesn't care about taking hits. He'll take hits all day long and he'll laugh about it. Could have done with a big hit there from the Armiger instead of a little wet noodle slap. We should be getting the big hit coming back from the Royal Guard any second. We've got the decreased speed from the Royal Guard anyway, so that's going to help us. Turn meter's going to keep dropping down. There's a big one, 1.3, not bad. And actually, the Rockbreaker's done a decent amount of damage overall here. Decent amount. So that's going to be our Spider setup. He's pretty useful here. I don't see anyone using him as a kind of mainstream. But I tell you what, he can be useful pretty much anywhere you put him because his kit is very unique and really cool. So I guess, look, I'm going to flick out of here. It's quite boring. Let's get ourselves into the arena. Okay, let's get ourselves into the arena then. This is what he's all about. This is what I built him for when I was looking to build an arena team. You can see here, I've actually done a video on him with his team in the arena really recently. So this is my normal kind of plat level team or scraping on plat level team. What can I do here to change things up? So for those that have watched my videos a lot, you'll know that I have an epic team. He comes in and throws in a big old defense aura for us. And then we can just throw in some pretty cool epics to go alongside him and to do their work. So we've got an Umbral who's also got a provoke. We've got someone who's going to clear off buffs. And then we have got Morsian Mage to keep them all alive. We're fighting like top end arena here. So we're going to get tough teams against us. And you'll see what he's all about. So he's got feared up. I don't have him with massive resist. I've got him with like reasonable level resist. So we're going to go in, clear off all of their buffs. I've got immunity gear on my Madame Cerise. I'm going to use my Morsian Mage to clear all of this stuff off. I don't want to have True Fear on me in case it's going to like ruin his ability. I'm going to go block buffs with my Umbral. Just in case they get anything nasty, which I don't want them to have. Like that, he just tried to do a bunch of buffs there on his whole team. None of them landed. And then I'm going to go provoke and counterattack here. Provokes all across the board. Come at me, boys. Let's see what you got. We're going to come straight back at you with 7k. Let's see what happens now, Rotors. What are you going to do? Coming at my Rockbreaker. He gets a passive proc, and then we get a minimal hit. Now you'll see when you pair him with someone like Morsian Mage, increases his defense, increases his crit damage. Those two things are massively important because you'll see he can absolutely thump. Oh, I keep getting weak hits. I've got an all blue team here, which is not ideal. Let's just drop a bit of turn meter here. There we go, 40 odd K, 49k that was on the crit. Can we get another one? No, another weak hit, but still 10k. Sit down, Rotus. I think we're just going to try and pop these and move on to the next team. So you can see he's absolutely controlling that team, or him and the rest of the team together. This isn't a one-man band. This is about a team synergy setup. You also need to bear in mind, you know, people like Razin here, we want to control Razin. You can just see with my overall stats, I've got 193 accuracy. That's mainly what I'm going for here, is landing the provokes, but I've got a lot of damage in his kit. Actually, I didn't show his total kit earlier. I should have. 4.2k defense, 255 crit damage. He's there to do some damage. With Helm Smasher as well, he smashes people in the face hard. So we just need to get through this first assortment. There you go, Ironhide proccing in again. We're going to strip everything they've got. We are going to... They've got no cleanse, so I'm just going to go with block buffs. I'm then going to improve all of my defense and my crit rates and put block buffs on myself. She's going to sit down this time. That's a shame. I still feel absolutely confident we're going to win the fight though. Even against these, like, you know, real legendary champs. I can give my team a little bit of healing here just to give us, you know, the edge. Get the provokes out. I'm going to try and just lower the health, I think, of the Arbiter. The Arbiter needs to go because she's going to be rezzing people. Here we go, counter-attacking again. All weak hits on me. I come and slam him for 7. He's got a frost to me, that's a bit annoying. Or the freeze, sorry. Get some drop speed here. We're going to throw the provokes here now, so I want to give him a rest. Throw the provokes out. Slam people there. Just give us a chance. Keep us in the game. Always keeping us in the game. That Arbiter does need to die. Let's get a defense up. Let's get a crit rate back up. See if we can just pop the Arbiter. Oh, 21k, not bad. She's unkillable here. Unless he does his silly ability, which blocks all of that, she is absolutely fine for a couple of turns. God, this Arbiter does not want to die. Take her down. Let's just give ourselves a bit more healing. Maybe we're going to lose. Get provokes out. Forces people into their A1s. That's the main thing. Now I'm going to pop up that increased defense and crit. Oh man, getting weak hits here. He's coming at me big. I need to come at him big now. Oh, 38k. That's not bad. That's not bad. Rotus is probably going to annihilate us. So, oh, it's close. It's close. Okay, lost that one. I was super confident, but we did lose it. We actually lost it because Sir Nick kept getting those freezes on us. Let's go for one more team then. This is a good team to kind of have a go at. So we're just going to remove all their buffs. We're going to provoke everybody up, increase our rates. This is the annoying thing. You can get frozen up when you've got someone like a Morsian Mage doing buffs. We're all pretty comfortable here. Everyone's chilling. I think I'm just going to try and reduce speed here. Got a bit of drop turn meter anyway. Get the provokes up now on Rockbreaker. Let's see him in action then. Come at us. What you got? So many blue champs actually. He's getting, I should pick these fights better, but he's cunning. He's kind of. Oh man! Now he's got stunned. Let's just pop some of these. More Super Mages in there to clean that sort of stuff off. Let's just perhaps pop him down. 19k, not bad. She can go next. I think maybe we just try and take him down for real. So even with the Torment in the setup, it's still we're still absolutely in control of the fight. Torment, you do not want to provoke these people because they will absolutely melt your face. And that is going to be another team absolutely binned off. I'm just going to A1 here because I want to let him do a nice juicy hit, albeit he's in his negative affinity again. He's still coming in with a 42k. That's what he's there for. And that is going to be my guide on Rockbreaker. Don't sit on this guy. He's a super fun epic to build up. If he's one of the only ones you've got, absolutely put some time into him. I have tons of fun playing with this guy. Really good champ. I've been Hades. That's my guide on Rockbreaker. I'll catch you all soon.